a video covering, after the behest of me notifying both Sony and Techno Koei, issues with the game. Let me adjust the volume level on here because it's blaring like nobody's business.
You can.
Alright, that's a lot better. So, in Dynasty Warriors 9, they have released DLC. This is the Crescent Edge. As you can tell, it is very unique looking to the game. Something they brought out in their Season 2 pass. Now, I'm going to demonstrate where the issue lies. Now, I'm going to perform his special attack. And as you can tell, the weapon has reverted back to the original weapon they was equipped with, which was a clone weapon of Guan Yu. Now, it is very blatant, as you can say, as I do a full panoramic view, thanks to their photo editing built-in software that they put into the game. And as you can tell, this is what the weapon looks like. Now, if I proceed to advance frames, you will see the special jump off, and then if you're lucky, as you can tell right now, it reverts back to the original weapon. Now, it gets worse than that. When you do his miso attack, I might be butchering it, but when you do his second ultimate attack, it completely disappears, and you see the original weapon being implemented and then go back to normal, to the Crescent Edge. Keep in mind now, you spent $4.99 on this weapon. Now, we're going to switch characters to demonstrate how this works in other aspects. So we're going to quit the title and select another officer. Now, we're going to go to free mode, and the next DLC character was Yun Jin. As you can tell, he holds 2 spike clubs.
I shall not disappoint you.
And I will now demonstrate what that looks like when you use his weapon, his DLC weapon. Then Yu Jin, if I'm saying it correctly, had his weapon appear first in Dynasty Warriors 8, and that was the first time he had the weapon. In 9, they decided to give him a set of clubs. They reintroduced it in Season 2 to show off or what have you. Now, this one here is even a little bit more obvious, more painfully obvious what they done. Get through the skip scenes. And I have co-hosts here.
There are 2 ways
we have
to get rid of Dongzhuo.
Demon Zero,
Unsafe
Mike, and I forgot how to pronounce the last gentleman name that's in the room. What's your username, sir?
It would be rather difficult to raise the army necessary to
Latino Heat. I should know that because I used to watch WWE all the time.
I know, right?
God bless Guerrero.
Right, for real, bro.
No.
Zhang Liao is guarding Dongzhuo's palace. He is well known throughout the land for his bravery. We must approach with caution.
Now, this is Yun Jin's weapon. As you can tell, I've already gotten the weapon, and I have the EX version of it, which is Chinese hook swords. Now, once again, let's look at what happened when you use the special. Instantaneously, you have the weapon, the DLC weapon that you pay $4.99 for, or no, $3.99, disappears and becomes 2 spike clubs. So, what they advertise, and I will get to what they advertise, that you get new movesets and new specials. This is not new. This is the same old thing, and this is one of the big things that people were looking forward to, was these new specials. And as you can see right here, back to the DLC weapons. When we use his special, and I gotta time this right, you will now see the weapons disappear into his club form, less advance the frames, and that is pretty much what it looks like. Exactly as it was before you bought the DLC.
I must challenge my...
And right here in this picture mode, which is the cinematic of him finishing it up with his catchphrase, it's the DLC weapon. It's just blatant. There's no covering this up in any shape or form. You just spent $3.99 for half-done DLC. So, as I continue on, because I did not buy all of the weaponry for this game, because I only bought the ones I was personally interested in. That was that one there. The other one I could potentially switch to. No. It's not gonna let me change officer for some reason, but that's fine. Okay, so okay. I don't want that. I want a quick game so I can show off the other things. Now, Primo. Now, this is one from Season Pass 1. This is the one that Jim Sterling complained about. Zhang He traditionally always had his claws. Ben had the claws since Dynasty Warrior 2 to current. He might have had a variation in 6. I'm not exactly sure because it's been a while since I played that one. But he generally had the equivalent of Vega's claws from, like, the best way to describe it, from Street Fighter, from the Street Fighter series. He just happens to have two, has a setup. So.
It's outside.
Now this is Zhang
We
He.
shall eliminate these yellow turban rebels that are targeting the village. Xiahou Dun, Xiahou Yuan, come with me.
Now I'm going to equip his weapon.
Now's our chance.
Now, so correctly, these are his claws. As ornate as ever.
Attack the village! Let's go, you rebel!
Now, what I'm going to show to people is what they showed you in the advertisements for this game, which is all this marvelous
case, you'll have to deal with my quick feet and my strong arm.
Hey, you're really doing well out there. I expect nothing less from you.
I've got to get out of here.
And that sums up what they put in. A pretty good example of what they put in the commercial. What they do not show you is I was able to put that in camera mode, but we'll let it charge up and we will then demonstrate to you what his special looks like, which is the thing they did not show in game.
Are no ordinary.
And now we got one of the other big issues with the game:
we have driven off
the large amount of bloody cutscenes. Evidently not as bad as Anthem.
I apologize for my
but
sudden
close.
request. I originally.
But this is a small minor point. So let's get out of here. Let's go open area so I can fully demonstrate what they did not want you to see when you did this. So here's the claws. Here are the original weapons that everyone complained about. Pardon me, my wife had to answer the phone. So this is what the original weapon looked like. Let's do the frame by frame advancement. It is totally in your face that this is the original weapon from the game. Now once you cut back, claws reappear. This is the thing that they very cleverly decide not to show you when demonstrate what the new weapon types are going to be. Now when you proceed to do the ultimate special, the blades come back from the very get-go. Which is a problem if you're doing a build with him and you're building him based for close combat. His missile attack is no longer close combat. It's now a projectile attack. So now you got to deal with the conflict of how you're going to deal with that contradiction.
Now forward!
And the blades reappear. There's like really no excuse for this. This is literally half-done DLC with 90% of the characters. There's only one female character in the game that got DLC that people did not have an issue that you could get away with theoretically. And that is Wang Ying. She comes with rings in the beginning of the game. She gets a set of pincers. I'm not even going to demonstrate that one, but the one that I am is saying Sun Jiwan, the tiger leader. Now,
I shall lead my clan through these chaotic times.
just because I like Shu, and I picked up his thing. I've never seen this. This is going to be a live reaction to his setup. So, give me a second here.
Ever since I have been here, I have observed closely the lay of the
Latino,
land.
you still there?
Yeah, I'm
The
still here.
continent is divided in two. Between
I
the
guess they
areas
didn't
ruled
like what
by
I had
Master
to say
Yuan
then.
Shao and Master Yu.
I
But
don't
it is
know, maybe
also
it's
clear
just
that Master Tsa...
Mike
For
probably just left because Demon left.
is
I'm not sure.
Alright, you know what? You don't play Dynasty Warriors 9, do you?
I don't have it. I mean, like I said, I saw it for the Switch, and I was like, I really don't know much about the game. So, but I mean, I thought about, just, playing in the seat.
So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stop the podcast. You're going to be my official co-host. And I'm going to invite you to watch my my podcast of this. And then you tell me as a first-time person what you think of what you're seeing when you see it for yourself.
Okay.
And maybe